There are few pleasures more sublime on a hot summer's afternoon than pulling a freezing bottle of Coca-Cola out of a bucket sloshy with ice water, popping the top, and taking a big swig. I've been doing and enjoying this simple pleasure for over 50 years, so it may come as a surprise when I confess that I'm considering switching to the hated one. That's right, Pepsi. The reason is not that I like the taste of Pepsi better. Pepsi has a slightly sweeter, slightly caramelly flavor, and I always think it's a little bit of a sour flavor, so why would I switch from Coke? The reason is that while Coca-Cola can be delicious, it isn't always so. In the last few years, I've noticed a great variability in the flavor and the quality of the Coca-Cola. And it doesn't matter how it comes bottled. Whether you get it from Mexico or in plastic, some of them are good, some of them are bad. The biggest problem I've noticed is that quite a few suffer from an intense cinnamon flavor that overpowers the subtler notes that Coke normally has. Now, I've done a lot of research on this and looked at the various numbers on the bottles to try to find out if there's a pattern to this, and I haven't been able to find one. The reason I found is that there are hundreds of Coca-Cola bottlers across the world, and each one receives a standardized Coca-Cola concentrate from Coca-Cola Incorporated. Starting with that, they add water, sugar, and then mix it up on site. And that's where the problem comes in. How much do they add? What is the flavor profile of the water? What type of sugar do they add? And it can all these things can affect the flavor. And unfortunately, in recent years, it seems like more and more often the flavor is inconsistent. Pepsi, it has a more reliable flavor than Coca-Cola is having. And I prefer having something that I can count on. I'm still drinking Coke for the most part. What I do is when I find a good vintage, if you will, I record the numbers on it. And if you look on the glass bottles, at least right there, there'll be a date stamp and a serial number. And when I find a good vintage of those, I buy up a lot of those and stock up on them, and these are what I drink. If I find one like this that has a very strong cinnamon flavor, there it is, 2014 1354. This is one I avoid at all costs. This tastes like almost pure cinnamon. I don't like the ones bottled in Mexico. They have a very harsh chemical flavor. I prefer the glass bottles, both for sentiment and because I think they taste a little better on average. And it seems like not as many of these suffer from the cinnamon overload problem, although some will do that. Anyways, if you're having problems with the flavor of your Coca-Colas, wherever you are, this may explain why sometimes you like it and sometimes you don't. And hopefully, if you're able to find some good ones and record the vintage number on it, maybe this will help you enjoy your Cokes more. But like I said, I'm thinking of switching to Pepsi because Pepsi always tastes like Pepsi. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this interesting.